housing for the Sony A7C, and it will take the 33 megapixel C2 and the 61 megapixel CR cameras. It's our first clamshell type housing with a rotary cam lock where you just simply rotate and open the back. It has room for what we call flash fuel, which is a trigger for the fiber optic strobes, and also a battery that increases the battery power of the camera by about 200% or more. It also uses a mini USB, which will charge both the device and the battery in the camera. We've paired it with our latest strobes, which are the Apollo S strobes. These are 33 guide number. They take two 18650 batteries, and they have these ports where they can be fired without any fiber cords, and they will do TTL, high-speed sync, multiple images, where if you want to shoot at 5 frames a second, it balances out so you get even exposure across all 5 frames.
Wow. All on the remote trigger as well.
Yes.
Yeah, great.
And we have color temperature of 6200 Kelvin, 5500 with white. We go to 4900 with color, so we have a variety of different styles. This is our 230 millimeter port. Over here are macro ports. We have flip adapters and close-up lenses in +5, +10, and +15. This is the larger strobe called Apollo 3. This one will shoot up to 10 frames a second in multiple, and also does TTL and wireless and manual. We have 12 power settings if you're a manual shooter. We have kits that go onto the front of the strobes that allow you to use warming filters, color filters, and of course you can take the strobe with one of these kits with the color filter and you can put it out here and this will fire it. So if you have a small animal that you want to backlight, you don't need any slaving off the strobes on the housing. It strictly fires like that.
So all these systems really super customizable.
Yes, very much so. All of our products ship in a case, and these Apollo S strobes come in a case where you can travel with 2 of them in this tiny little case. Throw them into a bag, and they don't take up much space, and you've got plenty of power for your trip photography. If you're light on baggage, you want to keep your baggage down to a small size.
As photographers, we all like anything that's small and powerful is good.
Yes.
Because we do so much stuff. Hey, tell me, what's the thinking behind the change to the clamshell?
Simply because it's a smaller camera.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's a more, it reduces the size of the housing and the depth of the housing, and it allows the camera to sit about 1 inch off the bottom of the housing. So if you should get any moisture in the housing, you won't touch the camera. Another little item that we sell, we don't do buoyancy, chunks of buoyancy and stuff. We don't do the big fat buoyancy arms. We have these, and they come in 400, 800, and 1500 milliliters, which is, this one is about 3 pounds of lift. And you just simply go down, inflate it, and it can be flipped off and moved around on the housing depending on whether you're shooting vertically or horizontally. I've used these extensively and they really are nice. Very inexpensive. You can throw them in with your dive equipment in any bag and they're not going to be messed up. They've got a little weight holds the end down so the air doesn't come out of it. And after you've inflated it at 60 feet, as you ascend, you just get less pressure, the bubbles just come out. So it's a real simple system. It's got nice clamps. You can also use these if you want to tie it off over the ball heads. So it's just a real nifty, inexpensive. They start at 25, 35, 40, 400, 800, and 1500 millimeters.
That's great because you can just move them around to where you need the buoyancy.
For those that have a pump to draw a vacuum on their housing, we have one that's automatic.
Oh, okay. So you don't need to use the muscles anymore.
Exactly. So you become real good friends in the camera room because you can just walk around and do everybody's housing for them. We have this 140 millimeter dome port, which is common for shooting fisheye lenses. With the fisheye zooms, which is Nikon 8 to 15 and Canon 8 to 15, when you go to the 8 millimeter end of the lens, the shade vignettes in the corners. What we've done is just a simple bayonet removal. You can hang this over your arm, shoot at 8 millimeters. When you're done, just simply flip it back on. It's so much nicer than having to remove this before the dive and having the glass exposed through the entire dive, having to hand it back up. You can't put the neoprene cover doesn't stick onto the dome board. So when you hand the camera up or somebody sticks it in the tank, this you can. What I do with this is I put it over my elbow, take this off and put it here, and then before I get back on the boat, I have this back on and it's covered. So it's a very nice feature that is just another little innovation from the company. So this is basically how this fires. And Stanley, would you look at? Yeah. So if you're inside a cave, for instance, and you want to set up 3 or 4 lights with color to shoot inside the cave, see how far away it can be triggered from. I hope that's not flying. But that's basically the way that feels like. And so it works off camera and on camera both. And you can stick the strobe on a tripod. We have a stick where it bolts on, and you can stick it into the sand when you're shooting macro. So
you've got everything covered.
These are new. The close-up lenses in +5, +10, and +15. And we have a crossover bar if you are a videographer and you want to mount a monitor, or you want to mount a focusing light when you're shooting at night, those sorts of things. So we have our own brand of strobe arms, and these strobe arms, you can put balls in. Each of these is threaded, so you can put balls up and down if you want to add video lights.
That's really
above
clever,
your strobe
actually.
lights.
Yeah.
So lots of innovation in the Marelux line. This is the larger flash fuel that has both the optical, the triggers for the fiber optics and the battery. And that's about all the toys we have to show you. We have a 45-degree optical viewfinder and a 180-degree that fits onto the LCD, which is very innovative as well because it combines an optic that runs through the water and then through another optic and then the screen. It's not like a magnifying glass that just looks down a plastic tube. It's designed to be used in water, and it's very precise. It gives you a very detailed view of the LCD screen. Works particularly for LCDs that have high numbers in the 2 million pixel range. So it gives you a very sharp view. It's great for people that switch, that are hybrid shooters, that switch between stills and video just to use it as a video monitor. So that's good.
Okay, that's great. Thanks so much for taking us through their fantastic products.
No problem.
Thank you.